welcome to week 177 of the Wrestling Rundown. I don't mean to go through this real quick, but boy has it been a busy couple days. Obviously you can see I'm by myself, schedules conflicting, me and Kevin weren't able to get together to actually do the indie news, and indie news was a little bit frustrating again this week as we couldn't find another result, but it is still week 177, we're still doing the indie news, and we're starting off with results, starting on the 28th with the doubleheader from Chikara in Chicago. We started off with Deep Breath, where we had Travis Huckabee defeat Everett Connors. We had Crumbles and Defarge defeat the Carnies. We had Jeremy Leary defeat Space Monkey. Murloc defeated Missile Assault Man. The Osirian Portal defeated Kobold and Oleg. And in the main event, Dasher Hatfield defeated Moose. Then we had a Good Man Goes to War, where we had the Proletariat Boro of Moldova defeat Mr. Touchdown. We had Hallowicked defeat Solo Darling. Hype Rockwell defeated Race Jackson by disqualification. We had Icarus defeat Rory Gulak. Hermit Crab and Cajun Crawdad defeated the Cyberhawks. Boo! And then in the main event, Juan Francisco de Coronado retained the Chikara Grand Championship against Fire Ant. And then in the encore match, we had Los Ice Creams defeat Des Peloton. Now, on Saturday, we were supposed to have the first Beyond show, Denim Recruits, and for some reason, there are no results from that show. There's a lot of clips, but no actual results from the show. So if you have results to Beyond Wrestling's Denim Recruits, please post them down in the comments below, or put a link to somewhere where you know there are results. So we're going to skip that one. We're going to go straight to what would technically happen first, because it's, well, yeah. It happens first because it's Sunday there first, right? Maybe. I don't know. We're going to talk about Sunday the 29th. We're going over to Bristol, England for Attack Pro's Goosebumps 5, where we had Bolorama defeat the Wild Boar and Mike Bird. Flash Morgan Webster retained the Attack Pro Championship over Danny Jones. Speedball Mike Bailey defeated Chief Deputy Dunn. We had Eddie Dennis defeat Evil Uno. We had a 5-way scramble. Elijah defeated Love-Making Demon, Veda Scott, Brendan White, and Drew Parker. And in the main event, we had Pete Dunne defeat Mark Andrews and Chris Brooks to retain the Attack Pro 24/7 Championship. And finally, let me find this again, because I had it, I swear. It is, oh boy, now I look like a moron. Here we go, found it. Alright, we go on Sunday, also the second of 2 Beyond shows. We had Apocalypse Dudes. Let's see, we had Team Pog defeat the Hooligans. Dick Justice versus Orange Cassidy went to a no contest, because apparently Dick Justice shot and killed a cameraman trying to arrest Cassidy. That sounds like it's in poor taste. We had Alexis, Anthony Stone, and the Hoods defeat Anthony Green, Brick Mastone, Davien, and Mikey Webb. Matt Riddle defeated JT Dunn. We had the Doom Patrol defeat Viking War Party. Jonathan Gresham retained the Powerbomb.TV Independent Wrestling Championship over Flip Gordon. Zack Sabre Jr. defeated Martin Stone. And in the main event, Brian Cage and Michael Elgin, the Unbreakable Effin' Machines, defeated EYFBO in tag team action. Now, we'll go through Ring of Honor real quick. Another really great show. I like the direction that Ring of Honor is taking. There's a lot of newer stars coming in. There's some interesting storylines happening. We open up with Jonathan Gresham defeating TK Orion of the Kingdom. This was by disqualification. The Kingdom kept trying to get involved. The Motor City Machine Guns ended up running out and trying to even up the odds. Referee ended up throwing the machine guns out, and then tried to throw out both Matt Taven and Vinny, but they kind of stayed on the outside, ended up getting involved, caused disqualification, machine guns run them off. Definitely a lot of issues between Search and Destroy and the Kingdom. And then Cody, who was at commentary for the first match, decided, hey, you know what? I feel like defending my championship. And so he just gets right in the ring and decides that he's going to defend the ROH title against an up-and-coming star, someone fresh out of wrestling school, and he gave the shot to Scorpio Sky. Scorpio Sky's been wrestling quite a while. They had a fantastic match. There was a lot of shots taken at WWE. There was Cody did the Stardust thing. He ended up putting on the LaBelle lock and then doing the yes chant. Apparently, there is potential that he might be trying to call out Daniel Bryan. A lot of rumors going around saying that Daniel Bryan is, once his contract is up, he's going to leave WWE and go back to the Indies. So, is there potential that we're going to see Daniel Bryan versus Cody somewhere down the line? I'm sure that match would be fantastic. But eventually, Cody did defeat Scorpio Sky with the American Deathlock and retained the ROH Championship. Then in the main event, we had that grudge tag team match started from a couple weeks ago where Kushida and Jay Lethal defeated the Addiction. Jay Lethal ends up taking out Kazarian with a lethal injection. Daniels hits Angel's Wings on Jay Lethal, but Kushida is able to kind of like twist around him, lock in the hoverboard lock, and make him tap out. And next week, I believe, since he won the four-way match last week, we are going to get the ROH TV title match where Mark Briscoe, Mark Briscoe will challenge against Kenny King. So that should be a great match as well. That is it for results. One quick news story, which is a very interesting and developing story over the week, is we might start seeing some interesting names pop up on the indie scene, depending on what places show a little interest. We do know that Jimmy Jacobs is heading back to the indies after an issue with WWE. Now, 3 more names that you might see. You got Summer Rae, Darren Young, and Emma. A lot of people extremely baffled by the fact that Emma has been released, especially after having 2 great matches against Asuka back-to-back nights. Actually been on TV. A lot of people saying that maybe she asked for her release, but there hasn't been any news about that. Hasn't been anyone kind of coming forward and saying that. So it's a very interesting situation. But if Emma is looking to keep the wrestling going, I think she could kill it on the indies. Summer Rae is probably going to be doing a bit more modeling. Darren Young, I would love to actually see do something on the indies. He's already a great advocate for the gay community. The fact that he's out and he's extremely proud of that fact. I mean, he's only going to do great things, especially if he can keep himself healthy. So, a couple of interesting names that you might start seeing pop up on the indie news. But that is it for news. It's time for upcoming shows, where we actually have a couple of them. We've got 2 shows from AAW. One on November 3rd. This is Hell Hath No Fury. This is in Berwyn, Illinois, at the Berwyn Eagles Club. We've got a couple of matches here. We have Colt Cabana. Oh, wait, hang on. There's one other one. We have a 6-pack challenge. The winner will actually face Penta El Zero for their Heritage Championship at the end of November. But we have Austin Theory, Stephen Wolf, Kurt Stallion, Zema Ion, Myron Reed, and AR Fox. We have Colt Cabana and Chuck Taylor taking on the Hooligans in tag team action. Michael Elgin versus Shane Strickland. Trevor Lee versus Eddie Kingston. David Starr and Jeff Cobb taking on Ohio's for Killers. A Fans Bring the Weapons match between Connor Braxton and Paco. We have a first round women's championship match. We have Sue Young taking on Kylie Ray. I think that's Kaylee Ray, unless you changed it for this. Probably Kaylee Ray. We also have Delilah Doom versus Veda Scott in another first round match. tag team match where Scarlet and Graves will take on the Besties. And in the main event, Rey Fenix defends the AAW title. It doesn't actually have an opponent on here, but there is a return of a former AAW heavyweight champion, so maybe it's a surprise defense for Fenix. Not totally sure. I guess we'll find out next week on results. But then on the 4th, this is going to be in LaSalle, Illinois. We have AAW presents Rise of the Dragon. This is actually going to have an appearance. I don't know if he's actually... Yeah, he is actually wrestling. Ultimo Dragon is going to be at this show. There's going to be a signing earlier in the day. But he's going to be in the main event. We'll talk about that in a second. But Zema Ion will take on Myron Reed. We have Mike Hartenbauer and Cody Rice taking on Bucky Collins and Connor Braxton. We have Kurt Stallion, Brubaker, and Jake Something versus Chuck Taylor and Zero Gravity in 6-man tag team action. AR Fox versus Austin Theory. We have a semifinals match for the Women's Championship. That's Rachel Ellering versus the winner of Sue Young versus Kylie Ray. And the other semifinal, Evil East will face the winner of Delilah Doom versus Veda Scott. So we're really dwindling down that AAW Women's Championship tournament. So coming to an end. We have a tag team championship ladder match. The winners of Scarlet and Graves versus the Besties will take on Trey Miguel and Steppenwolf. And in the main event, Ultimo Dragon and Sami Callihan take on Rey Fenix and Michael Elgin in tag team action. So that's quite a stacked couple of days. That's what I was trying to say. Some good shows from AAW, but we're going to finish it off Sunday in Osaka, Japan. We have New Japan Pro Wrestling's Power Struggle. There's only a couple matches announced, one of which is going to be the finals of the Unlimited Super Tag Team Tournament. And we have the 2 semifinals are actually happening today. So we've got ACH and Reisuke Taguchi taking on El Desperado and Yoshinobu Kanemaru. And then we also have Sho and Yo, the Tempura Boys, taking on Hiromu Takahashi and Bushi of Los Ingobernables. So 2 of those teams will head to Power Struggle for the finals of the Super Junior Tag Team Tournament. We also have a match for the Never Openweight Championship. We have Minoru Suzuki defending against Toru Yano. We have an IWGP Junior Heavyweight title match as Will Ospreay defends against Marty Scurll. That'll be awesome. And then the Intercontinental title is on the line. We have Hiroshi Tanahashi defending against Kota Ibushi. So already 3 great matches. Lots of great potential to head into that finals for the tag team tournament. Plus, you gotta believe there's gonna be many more matches to add onto that show. But that is it for the indie news. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to click the links down below. The most important ones are at the top. They are the ones that will lead you to all the people we talk about on a regular basis here on the indie news, whether it's Chikara Pro, ROH Wrestling, AA Wrestling, all those guys. Check them out down below. Use those social media links down below to send us links to your favorite and or local promotions. We want to see a little bit of what they got going on, so send us links to their Facebook, their websites, their YouTubes, anywhere where we can get a little bit of a glimpse of what they've got going on, who they're booking, and if we can get upcoming shows and within 24 hours the results of those shows, we will not only continue to talk about them on a regular basis, but we'll give you a shout out for bringing them to our attention. We also want you to like, comment, subscribe. Be sure to hit the subscribe button because then you get updates to videos coming up over here. You should also subscribe to our podcast. That's the SoundCloud link. And you should subscribe to Reasonable Wrestling Fans. That's Reasonable with a W, like wrestling. Now, the video was supposed to be out by now, but like I said, it's been a busy couple of days. But coming up in the next couple of days, there will be a brand new unboxing from Pro Wrestling Crate over on Reasonable Wrestling Fans, so check that out. But for now, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you at whatever video you decide to watch next.